Needs to be careful though, still only level 2.
Tanglebob's going to hit onto him. Gumayushi chasing in Mickey, already down to half HP. The chase continues from T1 as Ona joins the battle. On Summer with the rend on Guma, trying to get the slow down. Ona still chasing forward. Mickey, no flash. Tanglebob, Spectral Maw, Carrier on the board.
Your jungler is topside. You can't play that aggressive into the enemy jungle if you don't have flash. Fine, I'll just Levelity Varus for, what, like the 3rd year in a row? It's okay. I'll just play it again.
Great vision control from T1, spots the roam from Mickey.
Carrier coming in from the side, Ona joining in as well. Yike looking for the damage. Mickey just walking straight forward here. Baker still holding on to the seismic shove, and Mickey is locked up with it. Mickey rooted with the tangle barbs, and he walked right into his own death. And Baker comes knocking. You do not answer that door. Mickey 0-2 now.
So much hesitation on the side of G2. It was unclear whether they wanted to fight or whether they wanted to disengage, but T1 once again find a punish onto Mickey. They have kind of surprised. Now the bot lane dive for Ona.
Carrier stepping forward. There's the Weaver's wall in by Faker as well. Mickey does have the flash back up, looking for the stun, but can't find it in time. Ona possesses him. And underneath the tower, he is fine as roses. T1 starting to retreat away. Caps was spotted on vision as he walked into this tri-bush.
They're going to boil down to the team fights. And how that fight goes, the early ones will determine a lot in the outcome of this game.
I think the game might boil down to the fact that G2 are pushing forward here in the Pop Blossom. Will find Mickey. Tanglebobs for this follow-up. There's the Spectral Maw. Call of the Forge Mode coming out as Mickey tries to turn it back around. The shockwave possibility from Caps. But Mickey already falling low as Ona possesses his body. A 3-man shockwave into the dive forward. Is it enough for G2? Broken Blade fighting Faker in the bottom lane.
Towards the skirmish. Might get caught here.
Faker does have his flash, but he's knocked up, locked up, and shut out of the fight by Yike. Well played by G2. Cap sneaking into that bush meant that the collapse could happen from Yike.
When we think back to the regular season of G2 playing, when Broken Blade was on... Oh, hang on a second. Carrier's been spotted here.
Yike looking for him, goes forward, Carrier flashes away, Drake secured. Broken Blade diving onto the back line. It's only Carrier for now. There's the Pop Blossom. TP's behind. As Carrier will fall first, the TP behind from T1. Not going to look for any more of a collapse. Faker just investing there. G2 can continue to press in. Broken Blade, channel the E, doesn't go for it. Faker forced off towards the top side by Caps. It's a 2-level disadvantage for Faker right now. He's been starved of XP. It's actually about a level and a quarter if you look at how far Faker is towards that 6. Faker holds the flash, flashes the wall, and the Zenith Blade just short from Mickey.
I think that's still...
Very different circumstances this time around. I do think that for T1 it's important to know that the Ornn is always going to eventually generate insane amounts of value. So I can imagine if G2 still feel the need to play a little bit aggressive.
Does still have the flash. Mickey's on his way here. Flash away, but the Heartbreaker breaks the hearts of Europe. Yike's still on the chase though. Ona has no flash. Broken Blade coming in from the side. Let's bounce, baby! Faker locked up. Ona sent packing. G2 get 2.
I don't think the game plan was for Caps to die, but G2 make it work. 2 for 1.
Though for me, it's going to be, do they win this the Infernal Drake?
Yeah.
That, because that is going to be, if T1 ends up winning that and gets Soul Point, then I think the game becomes incredibly hard to play out for G2.
Shockwave in by Caps as Faker's pulled back. Seraph's there. Yike coming in from across the wall as well. The Smite can go in with the Void Rush, but Caps takes the kill. G2 collapses. T1 were looking for something on the top side.
We rated him very highly coming into this tournament. Hans Summer in some danger.
Hans Summer, no flash, no cleanse. Steps the seismic shove, and Faker has no flash of his own. TP comes in. Broken Blade going to join the fight. Void Rush forward. Faker goes down. And now the Call of the Forge God is more of a prayer sent to the heavens to try and escape. Caps is on the flank, and I've seen a shockwave land here before. Caps steps in. Pop Blossom. What? It's beautiful, but they do not have the damage. The shockwave from Caps finds them all as G2 wipe away T1.
And Guma is going to desperately try to run. He might make it out, but the rest of his team is evaporated. The upcoming fight, no flash for Guma and no control for T1.
T1 are the ones with their backs against the wall. Guma feels like a very... Oh, hang on a second. Broken Blade.
Onto Faker once again. Faker flashes away. The stretching strike will pull him back, though. And Ona might be the first target as Yike sinks his teeth into the fight. Faker now forced away. The Weavers will pull back. Broken Blade on this Zac has not given T1 a moment to breathe. 8-0 for Yike and Baron on the cards.
The top jungle duo is just a diving menace. Domestically, questions were thrown out around what does this Rek'Sai even do? I don't have time to
Chain of
explain.
Crushing being used. Solo play on the backline as Mickey dives deep here. G2 maybe overextending, but the flash forward from Yike for the double knockup. Slap their heads together. G2 have had enough of this game. Pop Blossom comes out. The Cavs still very healthy on the backline. Broken Blade still has his passive. Another stretching strike on Ona as Hansama begins to dance on him. Stunned up for the second. Baker able to kill off Hansama. G2 maybe a tiny bit greedy because Baker puts the Weaver's wall down. Broken Blade dashing in, locked up with the Unraveled Earth. G2 could overstep here. Instead they retreat. They still have the Baron for a minute and a half. Oh no, though. Can you answer the power? Broken Blade Heartbreaker across into the Blast Cone. The chase from Yike. The Blast Cone and Broken Blade reads Ona like a book. Mickey comes in from the side. There's the stun. Broken Blade slaps him around the head and gets another kill on the board.
That might composition, their lead is immense. Bot lane Inip is still standing, and Talia is always a little bit scary to dive, but you gotta imagine they gotta try and push for the end here.
Weaver's wall down, Caps isolated. G2 still pushing 4 strong through the mid lane. Seismic shove going wide. There is Baker flashing forward, and he's met with a spear through his heart. G2 find another How Long Corona. 17 seconds, 5v3 now. G2 might just go double in hit base. Could be a little greedy, and they've often been in the LEC. We'll see if it continues on the international stage. Carrier trying to get in with that Blossom. No flash for him. First Nexus tower down. Finds Cap. Call of the Forge God coming down as well with the stopwatch. Will buy a second for the G2 mid laner. And Onu is just deleted by Hansama on the backline. Guma next up. He will escape to the safety of the fountain. But that's where he'll watch his Nexus fall as G2 even out the series at 1-1.